Andrew and Tristan Tate, more faith, no religion. Cut the grass low, see the snakes, better vision. Circumcision pause, cut their heads off. Loyalty, no improvision of boss. Y'all gon' learn y'all lesson. Class in what's the science?
We the Tate brothers, every time you speak real, they take something. Either your life, freedom or money, but them snakes coming. 300, yeah, we might be few, but hot off of sparring. Niggas carry sticks to make that bread, not talking Olive Garden. Darling Parton, looking like Dolly Parton. Please get the...
Right after the assassination, this assumption that it was just one guy, and that line of thinking endured into the Warren Commission, a commission that Hoover himself helped the president assemble.
People are very patriotic and believe in that flag, and if they thought that their own government assassinated a president, the people would have been up in a roar.
The question I had in all of this is why? Why not do a proper investigation that explores the possibility that this was done by a group of conspirators instead of just one guy?
John Hinckley was a 25-year-old with romantic delusions, convinced that actress Jodie Foster would be impressed if he killed the president.
I do know that they did Ronald Reagan did something that pissed him off. That's what I do know. I know why the fuck they tried to kill Ronald Reagan, but I knew he did something that pissed him off. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Like, he did something that pissed him off. He didn't go with something.
Maybe he didn't want to do
something.
Or he didn't want to do something.
He did something.
Or they wanted to get on. Like I said, remember,
he did something. He stepped on toes.
As soon as that first shot goes off, they grab the president and they throw him into the car.
Agent Tim McCarthy shielded Reagan with his body.
Welcome back to part 2 of episode 68. Like, share, and subscribe to H.F.C podcast. Like, share, and subscribe to ECW TV if you get any better out of this content. But in the first part, episode 68, we talked about the assassination attempt on Trump's life. Who could it have been? What could it have done? I mean, so we're gonna get in part 2. We're gonna get into why did they try to kill Ronald Reagan and why did they try to kill JFK. But the first content we can get to is one of our content, H.F.C. And we also use content from @johnnyharris. It's H.F.C. Who Killed JFK, the cover-up. But we're gonna watch a little clip. This is the beginning of this and see what they're talking about. And we're gonna go basically into our synopsis. Then we go to a little bit of the Ronald Reagan, and we're gonna see why. I mean, like, that's history repeat itself. Let's get into it.
If there couldn't be a conspiracy, Hoover had adopted this line of thinking right after the assassination. This assumption that it was just one guy, and that line of thinking endured into the Warren Commission, a commission that Hoover himself helped the president assemble. In the end, the commission used a lot of cherry-picked evidence provided to them by the FBI that supported their already drawn conclusions. And in the process, they turned any focus away from exploring all the possibilities, including the possibility of a conspiracy. The report focuses almost entirely on one guy, Lee Harvey Oswald, and his 3 bullets.
Who killed John F. Kennedy? The commission answers unequivocally, Lee Harvey Oswald. Was Oswald a member of a conspiracy? The commission answers, he acted alone.
They ignored witnesses that contradicted their stories. They ignored or modified the signed reports from surgeons and doctors who worked with President Kennedy immediately after he arrived to the hospital that said that the wounds in the president's neck-chest area looked like they came in from the front, meaning not from this building that was behind the president. In other words, the FBI and the Warren Commission ignored the advice from that memo that admonished the government to release all of the facts. In my mind, this was the biggest mistake and the root of all the conspiracy theories that exist today. The question I had in all of this is why? Why not do a proper investigation that explores the possibility that this was done by a group of conspirators instead of just one guy? For me, the answer to this question has a lot to do with the greatest fears that the American government and people were facing in the early 1960s. First, we have to remember that 1960s America was right in the heart of the Cold War, a time of constant vigilance, of fear of nuclear apocalypse, of extreme tension between these two superpowers. If this assassination was seen as an attempt to topple the government, or even worse, if it had been organized by the Soviet Union or its fellow communist regime in Cuba, that would create a sense of panic among the American public. It would be a very different situation than a 24-year-old communist sympathizer acting alone. A believed conspiracy would also create pressure from the American public to strike back, which could lead to an escalation with another nuclear-armed nation. Oh, and the CIA also had an incentive to keep an investigation from being too widespread. At the time, they were secretly conducting all of these operations to assassinate Cuba's leader, Fidel Castro. This was a big deal, and it was a big secret at the time. Any deep investigation into possible conspiracy with Cuba might reveal that the CIA is trying to assassinate Fidel Castro, which would not be good for the CIA. So one way to read all of this, the memos, the rushed conclusion, the emphasis on Oswald acting alone, the need for there to only be 3 bullets, you can see this as a bunch of government officials scrambling to keep the American public calm, to make sure that pandemonium doesn't break out, all while reducing the possibility of geopolitical escalation with the Soviet Union. You can see this in some of these phone calls, where the new president is deeply worried about keeping the American people united around a simplified narrative of what happened. He's worried that if alternative theories get out, it could threaten our entire system. So their tactic for doing this was to hijack the narrative, to suppress and influence the investigation, and make it very simple. Oswald did it. That's it. Here's the problem though. Eventually, people will do the math and realize that the government has been keeping the full picture from them. And that's exactly what happens next. So the Warren Commission files its report with the official story of what happened. But soon after they do so, members of the Warren Commission themselves come out and say, like, they don't actually believe the story that the Warren Commission just put out. Especially when it comes to the key assertion that 1 bullet was responsible for causing 7 wounds.
I could not convince myself that...
Yo, I saw that video. That was H.F.C. Cinema. Go watch that video if you haven't watched that. But like we saying, his assessment of why they hit it, that shit was wrong. They hit it because they didn't want to get found the fuck out. It wasn't about no nuclear weapons. It wasn't about Russia. They didn't want to get found out what the fuck they was doing. That's what that's.
They didn't want us to know what they were doing, and they didn't want us to know that they killed the president. Because one thing about American people, they see that flag behind them. Us people are very patriotic and believe in that flag. And if they thought that their own government assassinated a president, the people would have been up in a roar, and that could have been found out.
Fidel Castro trying to clap him because and JFK stopping it, all that. Yeah, that's type of shit that get you clapped. We say, okay, y'all couldn't hear us, but that's type of shit that get you clapped. The one thing, we talk about them, but we don't underestimate these. These motherfuckers don't fuck around. No, they don't play around with you, bro. Like, so if you got to be kind of wary if you're gonna become like this brash. Like anybody that come out this brash, I respect it, but like they don't fuck around. So you can't play around these niggas. Like at the end of the day, but why do you think that? Why do you think they killed JFK?
For many different reasons. I think they killed him because he started to find out too much, and he was going to reveal too much, and because of that.
How does somebody find out that they have to be chilling around JFK, and they have to know this nigga's not like us? Like he has some kind of moral code. Why would they tell him?
No.
Like, how could he find this shit out? Or just slips like power just slips around him.
For one, we'll go along with what we were saying before. I don't know the nigga moral code. All I know is that nigga was going on with a lot of shit until he found out niggas was holding shit on him. So there you go. So when you playing, it's the same thing. We could lay down, sit down with Saddam. You breaking bread with niggas, and then when you stop breaking bread, when you decide, I don't want to play this game no more, it don't work like that. Same thing with Gaddafi. You know what I mean? You go along with the game for mad long, and then you be like, I don't want to play the game no more. That ain't gonna work with these people, bro. So I will say this: Kennedy was never.
But it's not. I'm not saying it's not that, because it could be. I don't know these niggas, but it's not always like that. That's where the term whistleblowers come from. Like, no. Snowden, that be down with the program, then they just be like, okay, I can't do this.
I don't disagree with that, but no.
Because they got that little bit more.
Don't disagree.
Me, I won't get involved with it from the jump.
Don't disagree with you.
I did some things with my moral code forbidden question as well, but I also always had a moral code.
You see, the difference is, not to argue with this. No, completely agree with you. But the difference is with Edward Snowden is, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't entrusted with information that he kept, and then he came across it and was like, "Nah, this ain't right."
Because he's a level 5 CIA clearance.
You know so when he doing
it for a while. He said he kept it real though. He said, "I had a big house. I was flying all over the country. I was stationed in Hawaii. I was doing this, and I was chilling for a while, but he's like, he just couldn't stomach it no more. The more and more he learned. Sometimes that happened. Like with most whistleblowers.
You know what I'm saying? And nobody. And the other thing. And nobody ever accused Kennedy of being a whistleblower either.
Because the term whistleblower would have gave away you saying credence.
You know what I'm saying?
Think about it. I mean, all the shit he said.
You know what I mean?
All Fidel Castro shit, the secret science shit.
You know
they get credence because whistleblower is not a negative thing. It's
but in order to understand though,
the Cassie shit,
and then and also to understand too with the situation with John F. that he was never liked or wanted to become president. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. His father. They wanted his other brother.
Robert?
No. That's his brother. But no, they like two peas in the pod. That's why he was killed later.
Yeah, he got killed too.
Right. So, but
what they killed him for?
They killed him because he was going to continue because he know why his brother was killed. And he's going to continue the same agenda and be on the same shit. So we got to get rid of him too.
Niggas like the mafia, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You understand? They like I said, they knew they were being watched. They knew that they had the tapes that were done with Marilyn. They knew the government had them.
You know, I just found out recently, right? Marilyn Monroe. If you don't believe me, Google it. And you should look this up too. Marilyn Monroe, because JFK is pillow talking like a motherfucker. JFK pillow talking told Marilyn Monroe not only about what the government was doing, the dirty, underhanded money shit. He told him about the alien info they have from the Roswell shit.
I believe that.
And no, this what so I forgot what that like. I'm not trying to lie, but go look it up and I'm pretty sure you can find it. And she told him, not because she wants to whistleblower, like you said. She told him because she's like, she basically said, people ask shit on me, I'm about to blow shit up. And she said she about to call for a press conference. Back in the day, they had no social media. You had to call for a whole press conference, and when they heard that bitch overdosed. I mean, that's also suspect. I just found this out. They really knew this. I just found this out the Titanic, allegedly. And Marilyn Monroe allegedly also, but allegedly for the Titanic there was two people that wanted rich, powerful people that want to deal with the whole World Bank shit, and allegedly the shit went down. We can get to the next clip. The next clip is White House staff remarks impression after the assassination attempt on Ronald Reagan. So let's get into it.
March 30th, 1981. John Hinckley was a 25-year-old with romantic delusions, convinced that actress Jodie Foster would be impressed if he killed the president. Outside the Hilton Hotel in Washington, D.C., Hinckley caught up with his target.
And I don't think there was a better demonstration of how that training worked than the assassination attempt against President Reagan. Jerry Parr and Ray Shattuck, as soon as that first shot goes off, they grab the president and they throw him into the car.
Agent Tim McCarthy shielded Reagan with his body, taking a bullet in the process. Within moments, the limo sped away from a scene of chaos. Hinckley was buried under a mountain of Secret Service agents. Agent McCarthy, Press Secretary James Brady, and D.C. policeman Thomas Delahanty lay on the sidewalk, severely injured. All three survived, but Brady had permanent brain damage.
The old saying that, Secret Service agent will take a bullet for the president. If you look at the Reagan assassination, Tim McCarthy did do that, but he was trained to do that as well, and his heroic actions demonstrate that.
Although the agents around the president reacted heroically, many mistakes had been made. The Secret Service relies on a perimeter system of protection. The outer is a preliminary check by local police. The middle has Secret Service agents searching for weapons.
And then there's the inner perimeter, and that's the final defense. It's the agents around the president.
Hinckley had penetrated 2 of the perimeters and fired at least 5 shots at point-blank range. The Secret Service had been trying for years to get metal detectors to screen for weapons.
Yo, man, that was at the clip let's go to Discovery UK. I'm just about to get this content now. Let's put the audio. I tried to do something to you can see what we saw. Assassination attempt on Ronald Reagan's life, but he was saying something interesting.
Why they didn't shoot John Hinckley Jr.? Because I believe John Hinckley Jr. was under mind control. Same as I believe Sirhan Sirhan was under mind control, the one who shot John F. Kennedy's brother. I don't even believe Sirhan Sirhan was the one who shot John F. Kennedy's brother because they said the shots came from behind. And all of these weird things.
Why do you think try to kill Reagan?
I have no idea.
I do. I don't. And I do. I don't have no fucking idea.
The only one I could think of is
let me answer you
to put Bush in office.
Okay.
Bush was his vice president.
I don't know why they try to kill Ronald Reagan. I don't. specifics, but I do know that Ronald Reagan did something that pissed them off. That's what I do know. I know why the fuck they tried to kill Ronald Reagan, but I knew he did something that pissed him off. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Like, he did something that pissed him off. He didn't go with something.
Maybe he didn't want to do something, or he didn't want to do something.
He did something.
Or they wanted to get on. Like I said, remember,
he did something. Like, he stepped on toes.
Remember, like I said, George Bush Sr. is his vice president. George Bush Sr. becomes president 8 years because Reagan was president for 8 years. You know what I'm saying? He did 2 terms.
But yo, man, like,
could be. I don't know. I never really dug into that one to try to understand.
That's the whole point. Like, and that's the whole point of me either. And I was use more.
Only thing that was odd to me was the Hinckley thing.
You was around more that time. You was old enough, but I wasn't really old enough that time.
I was a kid.
But I say you was actually much. I was
alive though.
I was alive. I was in the lab. I mean, like, I was basically, I didn't do enough deep dive research to see why. But I do know this because Common Sense made 4 books that he did something he wasn't supposed to do, and they rules. I know that.
Or wanted something,
or piss somebody regular off.
Or maybe just didn't want him present to begin with.
Yeah, but if
trying to remove him.
I don't need to know the specific, but I do know he did something that was going against status quo for them. Or the obvious one, he pissed the regular civilian off and served him. He didn't like his posse, he's gonna fucking take his head off. The reason I made these 2 motherfucking parts, we made these 2 parts is because the Trump shit is real. The Trump shit is crazy. It was interesting. Not interesting because 2 people got injured, one person else they like, which is insane and sick and disgusting.
Especially in 2024, that shit is really disgusting.
I sent out my highest frequencies and our condolences to the family that lost their life and the family that got hit. You know what I mean? Because
and to Donald Trump.
Yeah, and to Donald Trump. You know what I mean? And for real, because at the end of the day, Donald Trump is dead.
Everybody's human beings. Everybody's dead.
And especially for the people that's dead, because Donald Trump's playing more of a big league. He gotta understand what's going on. People that's dead, they just try to support.
They're trying to support him.
Who do you think they should win?
Right.
One person lost their fucking life, 2 people got clapped.
For no
either
reason.
Some fucking agenda or some psychopath.
One way or the other, some stupid.
Yeah, so it's like,
one way if that kid was upset with Donald Trump, on one way or the other, if it was an agenda, it's all dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb. It doesn't make no sense. We're dividing ourselves when it's enough division in this country than to be divided by politics and Democrats and Republicans when everybody's supposed to be trying to do for the betterment of the flag and the country. None of it makes no sense to me.
So wrap up right there. So last word.
My last words is going to be this: as above, so below as above.
I do it. Keep me under grace and under law. Negative thoughts is weak. My positive thoughts is motherfucking strong. So is y'all. L stands for love. L stands for life. L stands for loyalty. You know that L stands for motherfucking liking. You already know if you're gonna have to pop a motherfucking pill. You know what I mean? You can do it with recreationally, but the pill that you pop every day.
Pop the pill real time.
Pop that red pill.
Real time.
And tell them out. Like, share, and subscribe to H.F.C. and also
like, share, and subscribe to Love.
Money don't make the man make the money. You are who you are. That's what you trying to tell me. All you got is time.